Hello everyone, and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, a new version of Esper Legends. With the advent, with the invention, with the coming out of the new Phyrexia set, I figured that we can go and try an old deck that has some new flavoring. Esper Legend used to be a very, very strong deck, and the way it plays off Ratadrabric and a lot of legendary creatures kind of coming out, temple on temple with the Plaza of Heroes, basically adding one man of any color that we want to play our legends, was insanely strong. I want to see if that translates to today's format and with some new inclusions of some crazy legendary cards as well. So let's look at this deck. In the one drop, we got the two new additions. One new addition, that's two of the Skrelv Defector Mite, our Mother of Ruin, that is also toxic. And, we can pay life to use its ability. All in all, very good. It's also legendary, so we can use that for the legendary effects in the deck. So, it is an Esper Legend deck, and Skrelv is very good in that shell. That's the one drops. Now we have one drops in Esper Legend. In two drops, we have first Thalia, four Thalias to tax our opponent's non-creature spells. One new Vraan Executioner Thane. This card, basically, whenever one of my creatures die, our opponent loses 2 life, we gain 2 life, but its ability only triggers once. So we don't want too many of. We run one Thraben to try to gain a little bit of life. Now the normal deck list calls for 4 Dennick. I don't have 4 Dennick, and Innistrad going to rotate out soon. I don't know when, but it's on the chopping block, right? So I'm not going to go and craft them, but I will run 2 Dennick because I have to. I also have 2 Harbin. This deck is full of creatures, so maybe giving them all flying could help a little bit. 5 or more soldiers might be hard to come up with, but the deck list does run it because we have Thalia, we have Dennick. These are all soldiers, and we might be able to get 5 soldiers. Who knows, right? And that is why it is in the deck as well. This is 5 or more soldiers, so you can also include himself. And then we also have 2 Elis Alcor, which is kind of another, executioner thing, but this one triggers more than once a turn. So this could be useful. And then we have Loran of the Third Path to destroy an enchantment or an artifact, and also get card draws if necessary. 3 Adeline, basically, whenever she attacks, we get more 1/1s. Very good temple card. We also have Gix, Phyrexia, and Praetor. It is just a card draw engine, but a better card draw engine is the 4-off Rafine, Schemer, Seer. And then we also have 2 Toulouse, Clever Conductor, to cycle and connive cards, and also kind of combo out with Rafine, because all of the cards that gets connived by Rafine gets kind of tucked under Toulouse, so that if she dies, well, we get a bunch of those back. Alright, and then the deck runs 3 Shieldrip, but I kind of cut that to run more Ratadrabric. Ratadrabric was so good, and it's Ward 2 that I really want to run him, but there's a lot of sack effects in the current meta, so I don't want 4 off, because his Vigilance effect may not be as relevant. And then we have 1 Ale. Always good to have 1 Ale to kind of get a bunch of creatures out, but, not too many Ales. It's not going to be that useful. And then we have 2 Go for the Throws as removal, if necessary. And then the land base. A land base is, as always, kind of wonky. So the deck list that I kind of took has 4 Agonjo. I don't know why it has 4 Agonjo, but I'm going to run it and see what happens. It's a discarded to lose, obviously, but we can't run all 4 into play. So this might be an issue, but let's try it out, right? And it also has 2 Ottawaras, which is a little bit easier to get out, right? So we can play 1 and channel the other one. 1 Takenuma, because of course with Esper, with creatures, Takenuma is going to be very good. For Rafine's Tower is not just a tri-land, but also we can cycle. And then for Plaza of Heroes, for obvious reasons. And then we have 2 Adarkar Waste. 1 Deserted Beach because I don't have 2 Seachrome Coasts, so the other one is, I have the one of Seachrome Coast. 4 Shattered Sanctum, 3 Darkslick Shore, and 2 Shipwreck Marsh. Now, this time, when I look at this deck, right, and I look at the deck list, there are probably some alters that I'm going to make mid-game. Namely, I might have to remove some Agonjos to put in more of these lands, because this seems to be too much, and I wonder if it's a bug on the deck list that I found, because 4 Agonjos, I don't know how that works. And then the Harbin, we have how many soldiers? 1, 2, or 4 technically, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. But we can only really get off 3 soldiers in play. So I'm not really sure why Harbin's in the deck for the the secondary effect, but maybe just a 2-3 flyer is good enough. Let's try out the deck and see whether or not it's all that it's cracked out to be. Actively changing the deck list while playing might be even more fun. Honestly, I do find it weird that the deck list has such awkward mana base in terms of for a Ganjo, and also it has a Harbin in a deck that's not Soldier. Maybe it's just to scare an opponent, because Soldiers are very scary to our opponent. Look, we already have a Ganjo. A Ganjo, 3 lands, 2 drop. We don't have 1 drops in our opening hand, but we only have 1 in the deck anyway, so I'm going to keep. Alright, Soldier. Our opponent is Soldier, which means that most of our cards are not going to tax them, but I think it's fine. Dark Slick Shore turn 1, because we have no 1 drops. And if I draw in a Ganjo, I want to be able to cast it or channel it rather than play it. So, they have no turn 2, which is good for us. The question is, do we want Dennick or do we want Thalia? Thalia's first striker, right? So I think I want Thalia out in case they have a Brutal Cathar. I don't want them to eat the Dennick. But they're probably going to eat the Dennick anyways. Our opponent's playing Soldier deck with nothing to play on turn 2. And a Sky Strike Officer. So that's probably bad for us, right? And Thalia attacks coming into play, taxing ourselves. So we can Rafine, make this a 3-2 when we attack by discarding a card. How good is that versus a Sky Strike Officer that's basically gonna kind of tempo us out of the game with all those card draws? Well, we're playing a land for sure. Now, the question is Rafine, go for the throw, or Toulouse. Rafine is board advantage, which is the best way forward, but the Sky Strike Officer, if he attacks, gets additional things. Okay, that's too scary. We're just going to go for his throw before he can attack, or tap for creatures, and then we can attack for 2. He's going to attack us for... No, that's fine. We're also sort of an aggro deck. Tempo aggro. We have to have creatures out. Of course, second Sky Strike Officer. Never didn't have it. And we got Executioner Thing. Now we have to Rafine. It is a land, and we are going to discard a card, so 1 or more creatures die. Adeline could come out next turn, but next turn we have 4 lands. We can have a 2 and a 3, so Adeline's probably the best. Actually, Adeline's the worst discard. Executioner is probably the best discard. I don't know how many creatures of ours are going to die. But we have a 2-drop. I don't think I want double 2-drops next turn. I'd much rather have either a 3-drop by itself or a 3-drop and a 2-drop, because the thing itself is not as scary. Is it going to take on Thalia or the Rafine? That's a good question, right? He is going to take on Thalia. Okay, block. I guess a Ganjo is the only removal in the deck. It's not like I drew all of them anyways. So, he's taxing my Rafine. If I Rafine attacks, it will be a 2-5. You can't block a 2-5, and I'll have another 1-1 out with Thalia. Yeah, let's do it. There it is. Okay, so we want to discard a card to our Rafine. Let's discard our Rafine. Oh, we need to discard 2 cards. And the Shore. I'm going to play the second Agonjo, keeping the second Agonjo in play so that I can play now my Dennick. Right? Fine. I mean, I don't think his deck has any instant sorceries. It's a soldier deck. So this gives me life gain, which kind of slows our opponent down a little bit. Harbin, but not 5 creatures out. So that's okay for now. It's going to hurt next turn. Is he going to attack at all? He's not going to attack at all? Okay, so now we have... Well, I want to play Toulouse so that they all get under Toulouse, but we're going to die from the back swing from this big board here anyways, right? That's kind of scary. So we're conniving. It's a land. Lands are bad, actually. I want to get my Agonjo in hand. That's hard when I already drew 2. None of these are Agonjos. So, that means I'll discard 1, 2, 3... Actually, no. This I can cast. 3, 4, right? I want LSR Core. Do I want LSR Core in my hand? It's good, but... Let's see. Whenever another creature I control dies, I don't know how many creatures I control will die. So, let's discard it this way. Actually, I can channel it this turn because of Toulouse. If he wants to block. Let's see how the attack shapes out. He's deciding on blockers for an hour. Math is for blockers. No blockers. He's just going to take all the damage. Alright, he's at 2. I'm at 20. I'll play land. End turn. I'll wait till his combat phase and bounces Harbin. What's he going to do then? Ah, you draw a card. Want to draw another card? You know you wanna. Yeah, there you go. It's not a lethal attack, is it? What is he gonna buff? Oh, look at that. Channel. Goodbye to your Harbin. Now what? No attacks. You need to play a lot more than that, creature. Okay, Sky Strike is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. Oh, what if I just played this? Not gonna work, right? Alright, we pulled out of that one, even though our opponent's board was pretty scary, but... The great thing about Legend against Soldiers is that Soldiers don't have any good effects. They're just overwhelm the board. Whereas in Legends, they all have very good effects and they overwhelm the board. So that's how we won. Alright, so that's definitive, right? 100% of the games. Esper Legend better than Azorius Soldiers. Any new soldiers that we meet, they're just net decking or they're stream sniping us or whatever. It doesn't count. Chief Tony, 95. I think I've played this guy before. His name sounds familiar. Alright, we got Dark Slick, Sea Chrome, double Fast Lens. I'm gonna keep. That's kind of weird. Opponent goes first, of course, because reasons. Let's slick it out. We're gonna have a 3-2. Oh no, it's the soldier deck. I mean, the creature deck. That's bad for us. We don't have a removal for that Aquarium Beastcaller, and it's gonna grow out of control fast. So, Thalia it is. Reckless Stormseeker. Scary. That's like 7 damage. Well, opponent went first, so what can you say about that? Alright, we got go for the throw. It's a little late. It's our opponent's already good gaming us. I mean, it is a good game anyways. Next turn we die. We can go for the throw one of the bigger creatures, but honestly, I don't think that's going to help us. Alright. Good game. You were so good at this game you won, right? It's totally because... Not because you went first. Not because you had the perfect 1-2-3 drop. It's because you were very good at this game. These people are sickening. I mean, I get it. It's very fun to win, but it's not very fun to lose. And when you always go second, you're going to lose more times than you win. I get to go first! With 3 Plaza Hero and 2 Thalia. So yeah, I'm going to keep, obviously, because if I shuffle this hand back, I'm going to get no lands or no creatures. But, of course, for the one game that we get to go first, we have this kind of hand. Look at that, double Plaza Heroes and a Thalia. Into Shattered Sanctum, into nothing but attack. Look at this, Dross Pit. What is going on here? Alright, well. Time to put out our Shieldred. I don't even know if the Shieldred's going to survive. Obliterator? Wow. Okay, well, he's obliterating us. We can't stop the Obliterator from attacking us, so... Maybe Rafine? I mean, is Rafine really useful here? Whereas if he attacks... I need to play a creature, or the Graveyard Trespasser or flip. No attacks. End turn. Just attack me. Yeah, just attack me. It's fine. And then Invoke. Oh, we can't cast Invoke because I've Thalia out. Underdog. Okay, that's something. Flesh Gorger. All right, that's a life gain. Ooh. All right, now we're talking. So now we have go for the throw on the Obliterator, or even the Flesh Gorger, right? I don't know if the Flesh Gorger is really going to attack. It's a 3/3. Let's just attack first with Rafine. And with Shieldred? How can he block Shieldred? All 3? I'm gonna play a land first. Let's see if he attacks with, or blocks with all 3. I'm not as afraid of the Obliterator. I want to pump the Rafine because it's flying. And I'll toss the Thalia and the Beach. I need my Toulouse. No blocks. Oh, if you don't block, you're gonna have a bad time. I think I'm 1 mana off. Right? I can Agonjo and go for the throw in the same turn. Nah, let's not do that. Let's Toulouse so that we get free Agonjo. That's an Invoke hand. Have you ever seen one? Oh, look at those attack. So scary. My Thalia! No life for you. Does he have something in response? No, he does not. Take action. I'll take the 3. Kill your life gain. And then my Thalia will block the underdog. So I'll take 8. I'll go down to not 8. So that's fine. And you're a 7. I have a flyer and a 4 damage, and this is lethal on board. So, what are you going to play? Invoke Despair. Well, what if I just let my Toulouse go? Yeah, GG. I don't think it mattered there, but that was not a good play. That's the trick against the Obliterator. Just ignore it. It's 5 damage. I gain more than 5 life a turn. Didn't matter. And when you play mono black like that, you need to have actual removal. Go for the throw. Even Shieldred's Edict would have worked a little bit. Alright, we get to go first with a 1-drop. What do you know? And then, tap land, tap land. Hello. Yeah. Gotta do this first. If I have to play tap land turn 2, I play tap land turn 2, but I gotta do the Skrelv first. Maybe I'll poison him. This is other creature anyways, so it doesn't matter. This one says other creature. Right? Another target creature. So I can't target itself. No point holding up Skrelv. Blood Tide Harvester. Okay. Well, it's not like he can target Rafine, so... I'll make my Skrelv a little bit bigger. I'll toss the Harbin, because the Harbin... What do you want to block? Yeah, you block. You block that and you eat it. Here comes the... Oh no, it's just Rakdos so far. Is that Rakdos a Tractor deck? Oh well, couldn't have saved it anyways. You could have just sacked it to that.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Not really. Shieldred? Alright, I think our opponent has a pretty good hold on this. Because their answers are pretty good against what we have. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. The Scar card.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Ah, it is the Traxa deck. Well, it's kind of scary, but you know what? Shieldred attacks Liliana. I don't know if he's going to block. He will block. Yep. Rob the Grabrick. And I'll let the Otawara get discarded by Liliana. Because I need to have the Gix out to get extra card draw next turn. He's going to try to reanimate the Atraxa, which is a 7/7. And then draw 6. Yeah, our opponent probably has a pretty good handle on the game now. Unfortunately, they have the better answer than we do, and our turn 2 was a tap land, so the Harbin couldn't come out. Can you imagine if we had a Harbin out? Okay, there's a Invoke in there. Drag to the bottom, those are pretty good. Does that mean I want to keep Otawara though? Probably does. Deal 7, he'll be at 6.
This is boring. Fine. I know when I'm not. I always hate crowds.
Okay, so I didn't have to make that choice. I can play Executioner thing. We'll bounce the Atraxa. And then we can deal 5 damage. And then he'll take 2 from the Shieldred, so he will go down to 6. if he tries to draw cards with Invoke, he'll take 4. Back to the bottom. Pretty good card. Cut down on the Thane. Does this ability trigger itself? It does not. Alright, so we play we play Gix. They're gonna invoke. That's game. So we're just gonna leave. Yeah, we were 1 turn off on killing our opponent because basically we did not get to go first. Or actually, no, we did get to go first. We did not have an untapped land. That's how important having untapped land is in aggressive decks like these. This is also why, when I was looking at the deck list, I was kind of questioning some of these land base. I'm not saying that the deck list itself is bad, and I am not running some of the cards that were in the list, like for Dennick. Instead of LSL Core, I think they have 2 more Dennick. And instead of Raptor Drabrick, they have another Shieldred and another AO. And honestly, I think Raptor Drabrick is a lot better in the deck. And the Ellis versus Dennick debate, I think they're both fine. The problem with the deck list is mana-based like Shatter Sanctum, which we have Cave of Koilos for, and Shipwreck Marsh, which we have Underground Rivers for. So I'm not sure why these are the way they are rather than the ping lands, right? These tap lands probably run better as ping lands. If these were ping lands in that last game, we would have won. Very obvious. Right, we would have got Harbin out. It would have been extra 3 damage. It was just 3 damage difference at the end of that game, so you can see how important that would be. And overall, I would say that this deck is mid. It's not insanely good like some of the decks I have been playing because it is very tempo and aggressive, but also very important that we get to go first. If we don't, we kind of really do fall behind. And getting Skrelv out on turn 1 is pretty cool, but not as impactful as I thought it would be. In the games that we won, we didn't get Skrelv out first. In the game that we lost, in the one game that we lost, we did get Skrelv out turn 1, but we didn't have a turn 2 play to follow up, so that's probably why we lost. And against Mono Black, of course, all these ward, right? Rafine, Raptor Drabrick, all these wards don't mean much when your opponent's making you sacrifice. So that also was an issue. Overall, I do still see potential in the Esper Legend deck. It's a lot more fleshing out that probably needs to be done. But it's a strong deck all in all. Again, like I said, it's mid because it's not tier 1, but it's also not just you lose every game like if you play Mono Blue. I'm just kidding. Anyways, that is what I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.